Hey everyone, just a quick heads up, Thrive has been updated since I recorded this video, so the game version here is a little bit outdated, but I just wanted to show my first impression and my initial reaction to playing the game for the first time and seeing all the stages as they were. So I hope that you enjoy this. If you're familiar with Thrive, if you're following the development closely, don't yell at me. I know that the game has been updated, and I'm very much looking forward to making a video about the updated version soon. Greetings, my macroscopic comrades, and welcome back to Thrive! Today, it is exciting because we are becoming macroscopic. Now, a warning, we are squarely in the very experimental prototype part of the game, so everything that happens is probably going to be buggy and weird and clunky. We shall become macroscopic. I'm so excited. I want to see what's going on. Let's find out together. What? Okay. Next. Oh, look at that. We found a whole entire new different thing of biomes. Estuary. Whoa. There's a huge range. Whoa, these are some big ranges. And that one's really warm and it's got a lot of sun. Okay, very interesting. We cannot move to those patches though. We can only move up and down. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna stay where we are. We're gonna go into the... What? Wait. Oh, I can't see shit. Why is the stem cell off to the side? Can we become small again? Behavior appearance. Creature is shown with a basic convolution surface wrapped around the metaballs. Asexual reproduction. Okay, wait. Stem. Modify. We still cannot adapt our stuff. You know what? Let's just see what it looks like. But let's just see what it looks like. I have no idea. No way to tell what's gonna happen. It is interesting that we're not symmetrical. Oh yeah, let's fill in these minis. Wait, oh no. Oh no, how do I... Oh no. Why can't we fill in that part though? Oh, we can. Wait. Okay, I got it. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Did we just delete the stem? Okay, so... Well, I think let's just go with this. Let's see what happens. Very confused at this point. Let's jump in. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Can we go up and down? What are the buttons to go up and down? We're lifting up. Beautiful. 3D, move to land. Wait, can I click that? How do I click? How do I get my cursor? Okay, wait. Oh, hold C for cursor. You're about to move on to land. This is required to advance later into the game. Once you go on land, you cannot go back. I don't see any food. Oh, right, we have nothing. There's no anything. Should we just go on to land? Oh, is there... This is giving me a little bit of thalassophobia. Ooh, scary! There's just nothing! Ah! Is there anything around this rock? Oh, was that rock the one that was inside of us when we mutated? Hold on, let's look at controls. Inputs. 3D movement. Move or up or jump. Move down or crouch. Okay, so it's Z. Oh. I want to turn around. Back. Help! Help! I can't move anywhere. Oh no! Oh, there's nothing. There's nothing. Ooh, there's nothing. Awaken? Man, how much are they planning to do in this game? This is so cool. Okay, let's move to land. Let's see if there's anything on land. Ah, there's trees! Fly onto the trees, baby. We're going away from the trees. Okay. Apparently this is facing forward, which is confusing because I thought that was my butt. Oh. What are those? What are those? Rocks.
What are those?
They are my rocks.
Rocks and trees. Okay, so it's very clear that that this is like fully the undeveloped area of the game. But I think it's very exciting. The fact that there is even planned to be land stuff, that is so cool. Oh yeah, see, that's our front. What? So wait a second. Can I be a different color? Let's go bluer for this. Oh, we could at least be blue. I want to move the stem in front. Oh, we can't move it though. Okay, I've got an idea. Let's do it. Okay, we're just deleting everything. Oh, can't delete those two. Oh, we're out of mutation points. But wait, don't we have infinite mutation? Is that a buddy of ours? Oh, look, we're a little... we're a little cucumber. Whoa. Oh, baby, we're a cucumber. Okay, hold on. Okay. I got this. Okay, here we are. And now we can delete the last ones. Can't move that, which is annoying. I would love to move it to the front. Okay, but then... yeah, baby. Ooh, wait, actually, can we make more stem ones? Oh, we can! What if the stem was our eyes? Wait, I got this. We need to also... whoa, hold on. Duplicate. Spingus. Modify type, and we'll say different color. What if we tried different membrane vibes as well? You can have a bright... let's try this. Oh, this is amazing. We're gonna be such a beautiful creature. Wait, is there symmetry? Can we do symmetry? Okay. Yeah. Symmetry, baby. Oh, yes. So now that we have symmetry, I actually kind of want to go all the way back to the start. Okay, stem. Huh, that's a weird... what's happening? Interesting. The symmetry is certainly interesting. Gonna put some spinguses in there. We're like a beautiful sentient boomerang. Wait. Oh my god, we're gorgeous. Wish we could turn though. Also, how do I control the camera now? Ah, there we go. Okay, see, if we could now lift the design so that that could be our head, then we could create a body below, but I don't think... I don't think that's destined for us. You know what I mean? I would love to just like lift this up. Symmetry, please. Oh boy, the symmetry is sure is something. Get a Spingus in there as well. That's our tail. Wait. Oh, see, we're a cute little adorable creature. I was so right that I was gonna be able to make this work. Nice. And now we fly off. Ascending into the universe. That's not down, is it? Oh, we're going in a weird direction. How do you turn? We don't seem to have the ability to turn. Look at us. We're gorgeous. Who could ever argue with this? Get wrecked, Diva! Bomph! Oh, we're a beautiful creature. I'm so happy. Wow. I think we've never seen a more beautiful living being. Okay, I think we've definitely reached the extent of this early build. I'm so happy with it. I can't even tell you how happy I am with just knowing that we're gonna eventually get something where you could be a creature walking around. Ooh, look at that, munching on that stone. Num 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 num. Okay, I think what we probably want to do at this point is a little review of everything we've seen so far. So let me collect my thoughts. Let's review how we got here. We're gonna open the Thrivopedia and look at the beautiful evolutionary tree. We began as a simple primum thrivium, a single cell that somehow managed to do some stuff with glucose to turn it into ATP. Soon after, little organelles developed, and immediately an evolutionary offshoot. Oh Jesus, is this offshoot still alive? An evolutionary offshoot. Utoptian minigamilla. Oh my god, do you remember when we were struggling against these guys? Appeared. And that offshoot, is anything of that offshoot still alive? They just are wobbling around. No, that one's extinct. That took a while to get extinct though. Oh, it devolved. Devolved, extinct. Got more stuff, extinct. All these different evolutions, all extinct. Let's see if any of them are still around. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for the descendants of this thing. Lokitolura. I wonder if we're gonna find any of them. Oh, I love these. Look, photosynthesis. Yes, good for them. Look at how green. Oh, so happy for them. Ooh, that's interesting. Look at that. It went into all sorts of things. This one has a double butt sponge. I'm not seeing any of the spiky boys. Remember, those were our biggest enemies always. Anyone with a spike we really struggled against. There's still some living descendants. A tail, a flagellum, another flagellum. We saw these, I think. We saw these in the ice shelf, didn't we? Very cool. I love looking at the different evolutions of how we got somewhere. A spiky boy. Very speedy spiky boy, honestly. High aggression. Where's that lemon boy? Remember the lemon boy? I feel like I remember some of these. I definitely remember fighting some of these. What's that? That one's still alive. Oh, this bastard. Not a fan of this one at all. I wonder if the spike is modifiable. Ooh, not the butt spike. Not the spike coming out of the butt. Ooh, something's still alive over here. Lemanimum. Oh, so that, honestly, that design did kind of survive. I love this. Love this so much. Wish you could filter, like, show me only the ones that survived, and then you could look at those. Or you could maybe track, this would be really useful. You could track which ones have, like, gotten a kill on you, on the player. You could track things like that, and I think that could be really fun for the player to then look at where they are when they went extinct. So you would have just a filter of like ones I've encountered. So you know, it would include everything from like you've engulfed them or whatever, you've absorbed them, you've been eaten by them, you've been killed by them. I think that would be cool. Or just ones you've seen in person. And then you could just see what happened with your buddies. I think that would be really cool. I remember pastir. I remember that word. Anapian. Oh, double spike. You know, triple spike. Just be spiky all over. It does feel kind of rough at the beginning. You sort of can't do too many cool things because you're just meant to be digesting. But maybe I was also just a very silly shape. Wow, look at these. I wonder, okay, so these are all the immediate offshoots. These are people that were the least related to people. Bloop. Ossubolus. Okay, and then some of our offshoots. So this is where life began for us. And then the primum sniffum. Sniffing stuff out. Sniffa majoris, big chungus, so able to eat a lot of stuff. I think this is where we went wrong, honestly. And then it just evolved. Sniffochungus, Sniffoferum. Yeah, that's when we started getting obsessed with eating iron. So any of the Sniffum, I wonder if there's any Sniffum descendants that are still around. So these were sniffers that are descended from us. No, the last one died. Oh, that's a very complex guy. I feel like I ate this guy. They've still got some of those Ferrum boys in them. Oh, I have another thing that I was thinking about. Another cool feature I think that would be really nice would be organelles atrophying, which is if they're not used for multiple evolutions, it should be free to remove them or way cheaper to remove them. Or maybe even it should be rewarding to remove them. And what I'm thinking by that is that obviously you want to discourage people from just like constantly evolving, adding and removing things. Like if you add something, you should probably commit to it for at least a few evolutions. So it should cost evolve points to remove stuff, because otherwise the player would just be creating wild things. But I think if you have an organelle for a while and it's seen no use, for example, you have a radioactive digester and there is no radioactivity where your new biome is, for a couple evolutions, eventually that should atrophy, and it should just have a little thing that just says like it's atrophied, and you can remove it without penalty, or even like safely sort of recycle it for a better evolution. And that could kind of encourage, I mean, I guess that could encourage people like putting stuff down. Oh no, because it would still just refund it. Yeah, you could refund it. Oh, look at these. That's a huge one. You could refund it or partially refund it at least. You know, so if something costs 40 to add, you could just, it could be 20 to you get 20 back when you remove it and it's atrophied, which means the player can't abuse the system to gain points unfairly, but they could still, you could still kind of reward the player to like evolving stuff that they don't need anymore, like getting rid of it, so that you're not just left with a ton of stuff and you're always thinking about the cost of removing the old stuff. That was a huge one for me. When I was evolving, I was always like, oh, I don't want to remove my old stuff though. But I have to. And it's just, you know, because the evolutions were slower and slower every time. It just felt like I was, in the end, I was just getting like part creep. Because I didn't want to remove my stuff. Wow, look at that one. Tixian Prepion. I mean, Lelotharia Valeria, that was when we started to fence. This is when we went into battle. Generation 11. Gave a lot of children. Did they retain their pointy bit? Oh, they all retained their pointy bit, but they all eventually died. Then no offshoots for a while. Cavum. Oh, we know what happened here. We became a big old blob so that we could accommodate the nucleus. And then once we got the nucleus, bam, big explosion. Sadly, all of these died early on. Some of them, these were some of those, yeah, the Prepion one was a bastard. It was poisonous. A lot of these were poisonous. Is that a mitochondrion? Oh. This is so much fun. I'm loving this. It's just a little library of this was the big change. Remember, every single evolution we were just like bloop, 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 bloop. Getting more and more efficient. This one, look at it. She really did something. They stuck around for a long time. Did they do kind of the same thing that we did? Not really. They kept all of their old organelles. They just kept adding new ones. But I like the cleanup that we did here. The Pharoplastida, I think, really was a real... These toxic... This is when all the toxic shenanigans started. Toxic by Britney Spears. I did not enjoy every single one of these having toxic stuff. I'm glad that they died eventually. Oh, and that's where the situation kind of ends. And then it all just goes... I mean, I think this is a very effective... This is a good creature. This is a creature that could work, you know? It would stay, I imagine it would have like a sucker or, you know, because it's a single cellular thing, it would just like stay there with surface tension, attached to a rock made of iron and just hold it and just be like, this is where I live now. Turn the iron into stuff. Yep. Not move ever, just splitting. Maybe evolve into a sort of a lifestyle similar to the Nidarian where you want to spread eventually, so you have maybe a period where you like get a lot of ATP, you split into two, and then your daughter cells have a ton of energy. Maybe they're saved up some iron or something, iron particles inside of them, and they shoot off into the water and they just float around like plankton. And then they attach to another rock. Then they start building up and dividing and dividing and dividing. And then they colonize the rock. And then they reach critical capacity. And then they spread again. And yeah, that's what I imagine. And then here's the Polylelia prima. And in here, we really didn't do much because, well, there's not much you can see because this was all the multicellular stuff. So it's all the same stuff here. But eventually, we got to Polylelia biggie, which is what we have right now. And we're on land. Wonderful. Still nibbling on that rock. Okay, so thoughts on the game. I love it. I love it. I couldn't put it down. I had so much fun at every step. I think the monocellular step is obviously the most fun. So it's the most developed one. So it's very clear that that's the best working one. I think that the multicellular stuff, it should be a little bit more it needs a little bit more love. It needs a little bit more work, I think. Having the cells sort of stuck together, you know, wall to wall, membrane to membrane, I think would be way better than them just sort of floating in close proximity. And then playing around with what multicellular stuff is, I think the way that you could spend your genetic points, I think discourages the creativity that multicellular life should create. I sort of feel like you should be able to specialize with a little bit more freedom, especially because it takes longer and longer to mutate, unless you cheese it like I did, where like you stay a small cell, you create different subcells and you're just editing them while you're still a single cell. And then once you're ready, you could build up your complex structure out of the cell blocks that you've created. I feel like that's probably not the way that you want it to go. So something over there, some specialization. I think because the point of specialization is that it's more efficient for the organism, right? So I feel like there should be something that reflects that in the genes as well. That was sort of the first thing where I was like, okay, I see that we can still get a lot more happening over here. I'm very excited to play more. I want to do like a photosynthesis route, and I obviously also want to try the signaling and all of that. I think that seems really fun as well. Like, it just makes me think of Journey to the Macrocosmos. It makes me think of a stentor versus a rotifer, where you have a very big monocellular organism versus something as tiny as a rotifer that's just like, oh yeah, I'm a tiny creature that has different organs and like acts like a creature. Rotifers are already fully an animal, and a stentor is just like a single cell organism. It's so cool. I love it. It's such a cool thing. So I would love to see more of that dynamic, and also just swimming in the goo, seeing maybe way larger cells around us. That would be really interesting. I think once it gets to the multicellular stuff, it would be really cool to be able to sort of do some really funky stuff. And I'm pretty sure they have a lot planned. It seems like they have a pretty big vision. So I think that this is a very exciting game to keep following. I'm super excited to keep following it. Actually, they've already done a lot. Since I recorded this, they've updated the game multiple times. They've done massive updates to multicellular, to a bunch of other systems, to the environments. It looks so cool, and I think I definitely don't want to take too long before I jump back into the game and try another run. But yeah, honestly, there's so much exciting stuff about the game. I cannot wait. And then to see that there's actually a 3D mode, I was fully like, that's, you know, the multicellular stuff, that's it. That's gonna be it. I like their plan for creating a being out of blobs. I think that's very interesting. I wonder how they're gonna do like bones, and I'm thinking of bones in terms of like a 3D model, how they're gonna do the ability to walk, to define which parts move and all of that. I think that's gonna be so exciting to see. And Awaken seems to imply that we're gonna get sentience, if not sapience. And yeah, it's just, ooh, there's so much more. There's so much more to this game. I'm so excited to follow it, as should you be. If you're a fan of Spore, definitely keep an eye on this game. Please support it if you can. This is amazing work. This is awesome. This is outstanding. I'm so excited to follow this game. So yeah, excellent. Excellent. This concludes our current Thrive saga, but do not worry, we're gonna return to this game. I want to do more. I'm gonna wait until the next patch. Otherwise, I would immediately go and be like, let's get photosynthetic babes. But I think it'll be more exciting and fun for everybody if we return after an update to the game. So I'll wait until there's another update, and then we'll do another one. So yeah, there's way more that I want to do, and I'm so excited to try it. For now, I hope that you enjoyed this series and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all of the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video and make sure to share it with your friends. Not just for my sake, but for Thrive's sake. If you have a friend who loves Spore, be like, yo, check this out. This game is awesome. Or, you know, just, you might be interested in this. So awesome. Just do that. Honestly, Thrive, 10 out of 10. I think as far as games that I'm most interested in that are currently in early access, this is shot up to the #1 spot probably. Maybe Hades 2. Is Hades 2 still in early access? I feel like it is. Maybe Hades 2 is above. And then Thrive. Thank you so much for your time. If you had a good time, make sure to check out my other stuff as well. I play a lot of early access games, I play a lot of demos, and I have some Let's Plays of various city building and colony management games. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check around my channel. And as always, you can come say hi at twitch.tv/lulling, where I stream games 5 times a week, and sometimes we talk about game development, because I'm a former game dev. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. We go on tangents. The game is paused while I go on a tangent about linguistics for an hour. It's a fun time. So come say hi over on Twitch. That's it from me. Have a good rest of your life. Stay solidary. Bye-bye.